You know how sometimes the future sneaks up on us? One minute we're flipping through a physical map, arguing with the passenger seat navigator about where the next turn is, and then suddenly, our cars are telling us where to go. Our phones recognize our faces, and our fridge feels smart enough to judge us for midnight snacks. Now imagine that same leap, but on turbo boost. That is what's unfolding in China right now. While much of the world scrolls headlines and debates the next election cycle, China has been quietly shifting gears into a different technological era. Not tomorrow, not in a decade. Right now. A world where cars think, trains float, doctors don't blink because they're made of metal, and you can pay for groceries with your palm. So let's take a calm breath, shake off the sci-fi shock, and walk through what China is really building, why it matters to everyone on this planet, and what it could mean for the future we step into. If you think you've seen high tech, buckle up. Because this isn't just about gadgets. It's about a civilization choosing to jump into the next chapter of human development, while many others are still sharpening their pencils. And before we go deeper, if you're enjoying breakdowns like this, please tap like and share. It helps the channel reach more smart and curious people like you. Alright, let's dive in. China today feels like someone handed the country a cheat code and said, alright, build the future. Everywhere you turn, there's proof of it. Delivery drones zipping overhead, self-driving taxis quietly gliding through intersections, classrooms where kids learn AI before they memorize times tables. What's striking is not just the technology itself, but how normal it's becoming in everyday life. Let's start with something simple, something many of us have experienced: food delivery. You and I remember calling a restaurant, waiting, hoping the driver found the right address and didn't stop for fries on the way. But in China, sky highways of delivery drones now ferry meals to homes and offices in minutes. Not someday. They already do hundreds of thousands of drops. 15 minutes, warm food, no driver looking lost at the gate. And drones are not just urban toys. In rural regions, they're lifelines, soaring over mountains and rivers to deliver goods to people who once waited days for supplies. Then there are the self-driving cars. Not in glossy ads, not in closed-off labs, on real roads in real cities. Imagine standing outside and simply calling your car like an obedient golden retriever. Come pick me up. And it rolls up. 2 kilometers away? No problem. This isn't movie magic. This is rollout phase reality for millions of vehicles. Some of these vehicles swivel sideways into parking spots, spin like ballerinas, and even float through floodwaters. One supercar jumps, literally, like it's performing calisthenics before Sunday brunch. You start to wonder whether engineers are designing cars or auditioning them for the Olympics. Even more telling than the machines is the mindset. In China, most people trust autonomous driving. They're eager, curious, while in many countries we're still clenching the seatbelt when cruise control activates. Think about what that means culturally. There is confidence in technological direction and a shared willingness to step into this new world. And since we're here at a fascinating point in the story, I'd love to hear your thoughts below. Would you trust a self-driving car? How soon do you think this tech becomes your everyday reality? Drop your comment. I read all of them. Now, back to the future. Let's shift gears. Quite literally. Because on the transportation front, cars are only chapter 1. China's Maglev trains float. Yes, float. Magnetic clouds gliding above tracks, accelerating like fighter jets, turning cities into neighbors. Beijing to Shanghai in a coffee's length of time. Imagine a world where travel feels less like a commute and more like teleportation with windows. And it's not just movement. Education is shape-shifting in fascinating ways. Picture first graders learning AI the way earlier generations learned cursive. Millions of tiny hands that barely grip pencils, already training neural networks. Whether this excites you or worries you, it's a moment worth pausing on. When a society trains young minds early for a technological world, they don't just adapt to the future, they build it. Meanwhile, on the ground, robots are paving highways. Not as a marketing stunt, as a national push. Fleets of autonomous trucks haul stone, roll asphalt, follow digital blueprints to create roads with precision. Think about that. Roads built by machines so other machines can drive on them. A mechanical ecosystem. At airports, the travel bottlenecks we've accepted as part of life just evaporate. Facial recognition moves you through security in seconds. No frantic pocket padding for boarding passes. No awkward gate agent stare. Just walk in, fly out, and then there's security. This is where wonder and concern stand side by side. Millions of cameras, AI eyes everywhere. Jaywalk? The system knows. Skip a fine? The system reminds. Safety? Efficiency? Yes, but also control, monitoring, power. And we'd be foolish not to talk about that balance. Technology isn't just wires and chips. It's values, choices, trade-offs. The world will debate this for decades. Payments have evolved too. Not tap to pay, not Face ID. Your palm. The unique veins inside your hand. The code that goes wherever you go. There's something poetic about it. Ancient traditions read palms to predict the future. Today, palms unlock the future. Speaking of unlocking the future, let's walk into hospitals where robot physicians check patients, AI nurses roam halls delivering medicine, and remote surgery isn't a Silicon Valley hypothetical. It's daily practice. One hospital staffed almost entirely by AI doctors treats thousands each day. Not science fiction, science functioning. And out in the fields, farming looks like a video game come alive. Giant drones sow crops. Precision bots tend cotton. Machines work night shifts without complaint or coffee. Food becomes less about labor availability and more about algorithmic efficiency. Then there are robots that look like us. Walk, wave, boo, blink. Humanoid assistants in schools, hotels, museums. Robot dogs that can follow, sprint, flip, carry gear. The line between tool and companion blurs. You might feel awe, you might feel caution. Both are valid. All of this leads us to the big question. What happens when a nation builds everything at once? Transportation, healthcare, education, agriculture, payments, policing, manufacturing. Every lever of society pulled forward simultaneously. Most countries innovate in slices. China is renovating the house while living in it. And we are watching a global shift, a seismic one. This isn't just about technology in China, it's about a new chapter of civilization. Whoever leads in AI, robotics, automation shapes the rules, the cultural norms, the expectations of daily life. It sets the pace. Other nations face choices. Compete, collaborate, hesitate, pretend it's not happening. The world has done that before. When industrial revolutions come, history is kind to the bold and brutal to the slow. We stand at a hinge moment. Technology is no longer a gadget race. It's a societal blueprint. Faster trains matter, sure. But what matters more is who builds the minds that design the next trains and the next and the next. So where does that leave us? Somewhere between awe and responsibility. Excited at what's possible, mindful of what it means. A world where robots diagnose illnesses before symptoms appear is thrilling. A world where cameras know everything is sobering. Progress always carries paradox. Which brings us to you, still here, thinking with me. And I appreciate that, truly. This channel exists because curious minds like yours care not just about headlines, but about meaning, direction, the bigger picture. As we wrap up, let's zoom out. China is not experimenting. It is building. Today. Right now. A world where efficiency rises, speed accelerates, connections tighten, and life becomes both easier and more complex. A world where the boundary between human and machine grows faint. The future isn't whispering from tomorrow, it's ringing the doorbell today. Thank you for watching, learning, and thinking with me. If you found value here, give it a like, hit subscribe, and tap the bell so you don't miss the next deep dive. Your support keeps us exploring these big shifts together. Until next time, stay curious and stay aware. The future is arriving and we get to witness it. See you in the next video.